How's it going, everyone? And as always, welcome back to Continues to Tick. How are we feeling today, friends? Good? Defeated? Confident? Unmotivated? Lost? Happy? Depressed? Anxious? Not knowing what to do? Well, in response, no matter the case, let me tell you this. It's not a sprint to the finish line. Life isn't a sprint. And always remember this, that if all of our paths were identically the same, what uniqueness would we each have? None. We're supposed to be different, but similar. The similar portion happens naturally, by just being on this earth. Oftentimes our problems are similar, but our views of the world will differ. After all, we all live on the same planet, but we often all see it differently, right? But our worth is our worth, and no one can take that away. But how would we even value our worth? Well, you see, my pain and your pain may all be the same, but the sequence to the causes of that pain, that will differ. That cause will often not be the same. And on the other side of that pain is growth, success, achievement, the ability to share a piece of yourself with others. Through pain, it's that what you learn through this pain that you can later use to teach others. It's through that same pain. What I learn, I can teach you. We're not much different in this way. But I will say this, friends. That right there leads to worth. So in other words, we may need this pain to be valuable, as pain is often the most teachable moment, while also the greatest inspiration. What inspires you? It's also important to note, typically right on the other side of whatever it is that ails you, on that side, yes, that side, will be your biggest wins, your biggest gift to you and the rest of the world, and especially those around you, because that pain is a moment in time of adversity. Most of what we learn in times of those. Those are the life lessons, the things life teaches us that a school or a solid form of education can never. These lessons are so valuable to our growth potential, and they need to be passed on to others who may be feeling the same as you felt. I say this all, friends, to build up the idea that no matter where you find yourself today, this hurt, this contemplation, this hesitation, this unknowing, it's all forms of pain. Maybe you didn't even know you were in pain. You just knew you felt different, maybe felt a bit off. But again, remind yourself life isn't a sprint. Where you are today, right now, doesn't mean you'll be there as time passes along. Create or find your compass map. It takes time. But once you take that initial step, you follow it. And over time, you'll find your path. You'll begin to notice your general life direction. You'll gather your sense of purpose, your why. You'll find working with this pain less and less difficult. You'll begin to get your wings back. Have you ever seen snippets into the lives of those getting their wings back? But first, this all starts with you. We must each heal ourselves before we help others. Heal our pain, so we can then gift that knowledge to those around us. Get your wings back first, then help those struggling around you to get back theirs. But this all takes time. But really, it's just time to gather clarity. It's not wasted time. And as long as you're participating in movement, you'll continue to gain clarity. And that first movement can be stationary. It's the whole crawl before you walk scenario. It all has a purpose. Build out slowly, systematically. Don't burn out too quickly. Don't choke the flame. As an example of time and systematic progression, let me show you this and how it's all worth it. This video now marks my 100th video on YouTube. And when I started, I was doubtful of even beginning. No one was watching, and it took me nearly 4 months just to get to 10 subscribers. Same thing with my dividend portfolio. I started at 0, just like we all do. Not getting paid dividends, not having a meaningful portfolio. But with that initial step, consistency through a plan, we now see these results. Stay on your path. Don't rush the process. And eventually you can graduate from consistency alone to intention. But we all need to crawl before we walk. And as we said earlier, we show that over time. As we build tolerance of a bigger and heavier load with the ability to withstand it. What I carry now, I wouldn't have been able to carry when I first started. No way. I would have burnt out. But circumstances change. These things take time. And it's funny, because I went from noticing my progress all the time to no longer really focusing on success. Because what I've done from the beginning to now, I still do now. None of that has changed. If anything, I have been seeing success in my line of sight for a while now, just in my own mind. So it doesn't surprise me when I feel it. It's the whole preparation meeting opportunity aspect. You see, as you've witnessed here, I upload weekly to YouTube. I fund weekly my dividend portfolio. These things have never changed since the beginning, and I've been at it for almost 2 years now. For both. Through consistency, I've built progress. Through progress, I found confidence to now be intentional. It's through this path I now see noticeable results. Now my mindset has shaped into, I will not be denied. This mentality of not being stopped grows through time-tested experience only. And the challenge was simple but not easy, of just not quitting a mundane process. That was challenging enough. The starting and never stopping. Because of this confidence, to have never stopped, I went from let me just keep going to now, at video 100, telling myself, I'll be gone from this earth before I ever stop this path and see it through. I've also went from let me just apply this to my YouTube channel and my dividend portfolio to let me apply this to my entire life, wanting to always be a best version of myself. This all doesn't just stop at finances, because finances don't care how we feel. Apart from death, apart from taxes, another guarantee is that life will not come packaged how we want it to or expect. Inconvenient circumstances will constantly arise, and as we age, do-overs also become less possible. So the pieces we will have to move in this game of life will eventually decrease. Some will even solidify completely, becoming immobile. You can't move those anymore. But at the end of the day, movement is fluid, even on the way down. And when the time comes, when we hit the floor, and we all will, it's also beneficial, as then we'll only have one way to face, and that is up. And yeah, that was a lot. But now we certainly earned a small break for a small reminder to subscribe to this journey if you've enjoyed the progress unfold. We're 100 videos deep, man. Crazy. 100 videos. But here's to 100 more. And now, as we wrap up this week's video, shall we say, it's just not a good time right now. I mean, I filled my Toyota Camry the other day for $91 here in California. The cost of everything is high. Wages are low. COVID is surging again. And yeah, the markets, they remain red. Investing defensively is the smartest play right now. But just know, if you're a dividend investor, that already is a defensive play. So hopefully, you still have some cushion left. As you'll see here in a bit, mine's deflating, but somehow, we still happen to remain in a bit of green overall, for now. So currently for the Jesse's cash flow portfolio, as you can see here, we currently sit at $54,436.81. And this is now with the dwindled total return for the portfolio of 16.72%, which equates to a total gain of $4,154.36. And for market gain alone, all time, we're now down to $2,632.51. And honestly, if it wasn't for my earned dividends contributing to this total gain here, we wouldn't be sitting at much. And if we take a look at last week's performance, it's complete Red Sea. Nothing good about this last week. And this is just kind of the morale right now, right? Everything is up. Gas, groceries, wages are low, COVID's coming back. It's just not a good time right now. And then on top of that, markets are red. And if you're strictly a growth investor, you're probably getting hammered right now. So I do feel for a lot of growth investors right now. Because even as dividend investors, we're taking a hit. But at the very least, very least, we do get paid dividends, regardless of how the market and the day-to-day is actually doing. But we took this last week on the chin. As you can see, with the loss of the portfolio of 3.96%, which equated to a total loss of $2,240.64. And I just want to be transparent here. On my all-time chart, yeah, we're still in the green. But if we took just a little peek at my last year's performance, just for the last year, the last 365 days, my portfolio would still be in the red, even while having been paid dividends. As you can see here, for the last year, the last 365 days, I'm down 1.19% for the portfolio, which is a minus $496. But if you look closer here, you can see I had a market loss of $1,658 and earned dividends over the last 365 days equated to $1,162. So the market loss plus the earned dividends is still a negative. So truth be told, if it wasn't for my earned dividends, if this wasn't a dividend portfolio, I'd be at an even greater loss, in the red. And now speaking further on dividends. Here we are this last week with our dividend activity section. Starting off on June 6th, getting paid by the Southern Company, $6.11. And then on the following day, getting paid by Johnson & Johnson, $8.22. And then on June 8th, getting paid by ADM, $5.96. And then also on June 8th, our $500 deposit, like we always do. And also on the same day, we had the funnel of $15.54. And then June 10th was a party day. As you can see, we got paid quite a bit in dividends. First by Chevron, $5.73. We also got paid by Exxon, $6.63. Getting paid by IBM here, $5.58. And Pfizer, $9.96. Also getting paid by Snap-on, $4.23. And Sunoco Products, $4.33. And then last but never least, when it comes to dividends, also getting paid by Walgreens, $12.08. And as you can see here, we have buying power of $54. And this is practically all from earned dividends over this last week. So things are looking good in terms of what a dividend portfolio is supposed to do. And although it's not substantial, it's not super significant yet, one day it will be. And even in the red market like this, it actually becomes significant. Because when otherwise your portfolio would just be losing and depreciating, you're actually getting something in return in the form of dividend payouts. I do also want to say, this is now video 100, and time continues to tick. It's been a fun ride to 100, and thank you all for being here up to this point in this journey. This journey's not going to stop anytime soon, if at all. I can't wait for the next 100 videos, and I'm excited to see, at that point, where we stand. We're currently at about 950 subscribers. Right now, the portfolio, the dividend portfolio, is at $54,000. So we'll see. But otherwise, we did make it through 7 days. And because of that, we have a high chance of making it through another 7. And as always, I'll be here to see you then. And as always, take care.